Greetings, folks. Today we're tackling something serious, something that we hope never happens but should be prepared for nonetheless. A nuclear attack. This is not about fear, it's about preparation. The better prepared we are, the better our chances of survival. We're going to take you through a step-by-step guide covering everything from immediate actions, staying informed, packing essential supplies, dealing with fallout, health and safety measures, communication, maintaining mental health, preparing for the aftermath, and long-term measures. We're not just going to talk about what to do, but also why we do it. Understanding the rationale behind each step can make a world of difference when you're under pressure. So whether you're new to prepping or an old hand at it, there's something here for everyone. Stick around and don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe for more survival tips. In the unfortunate event of a nuclear attack, the first thing you need to do is find shelter. Your immediate instinct might be to run, but it's essential that you remain calm and seek out a robust structure, ideally made of concrete or brick. These materials offer the best protection against penetrating radiation. Once inside, don't just settle for the ground floor. Head for the basement if it's available. The further underground you are, the less exposure to radiation you'll have. If a basement isn't an option, aim for the center of the building, away from windows and exterior walls. Now let's talk about sealing the room. This is a critical step because radioactive particles can enter through cracks and gaps. So grab your plastic sheeting and duct tape and start sealing off windows, doors, and vents. This isn't a decorative exercise, folks. Your goal is to create a barrier between you and the radioactive particles outside. It's important to remember that these immediate actions are just the beginning of your survival journey. The fallout from a nuclear attack can last for weeks, even months. So the actions you take in the first few minutes can significantly impact your chances of long-term survival. But remember, not all hope is lost in such a dire situation. Human beings are incredibly resilient creatures capable of surviving in the harshest of conditions. And with the right knowledge, you too can increase your odds of survival. So whether you're hunkering down in a basement or sealing off a room in a sturdy building, remember to stay calm, stay focused, and act quickly. Your survival depends on it. Time is of the essence. The quicker you act, the better your chances of survival. Knowledge is power, especially in a nuclear event. Staying informed isn't just a good idea, it's a crucial part of survival. Regular updates can provide you with information about weather changes, radiation levels, and safe zones. That's where a battery-powered or hand-crank radio comes in. It's your connection to the outside world, your lifeline in a sea of uncertainty. Now let's talk hydration. In a nuclear event, tap water may become contaminated. That's why it's vital to have a supply of bottled or previously stored water on hand. Staying hydrated is key to maintaining your health and stamina, but you've got to do it safely. In the chaos of a nuclear event, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, but remember, you're not alone. Authorities will do their best to keep you informed and guide you through the crisis. So tune in, hydrate, and stay safe. Remember, information is your lifeline in this scenario. Now let's talk about what you'll need to survive. Surviving a nuclear attack isn't just about finding the right shelter or staying informed. It's also about having the right supplies on hand. Your emergency kit is, in essence, your lifeline. It's what will keep you going when everything else has come to a halt. So what should this emergency kit contain? First and foremost, you'll need water. A human can survive for about 3 weeks without food, but only 3 days without water. Aim for a supply that will last you at least 2 weeks. Next up is non-perishable food. Think canned goods, dried fruit, nuts, and protein bars. Remember, you're not packing for a gourmet experience, you're packing for survival. Medications are also crucial. If you or any of your family members have a chronic condition that requires regular medication, make sure you have a 2-week supply in your kit. Don't forget about first aid supplies. Your kit should include bandages, antiseptic wipes, tweezers, medical tape, and pain relievers. You never know when you might need to treat a wound or manage pain. But your emergency kit isn't the only thing you need to think about. Protective clothing is equally important. Long pants, long sleeves, sturdy boots, and gloves can protect you from both the elements and potential radiation exposure. Remember, in a nuclear fallout, particles can settle on your clothing, posing a risk of contamination. Protective clothing can be removed and decontaminated, reducing your risk of exposure. Your survival kit and your protective gear are your best friends in a nuclear fallout scenario. They're what will keep you alive and healthy until it's safe to emerge from your shelter. So invest time and thought into preparing them. Check your supplies regularly and replace anything that's expired or damaged. Remember, preparedness is the key to survival, and your survival kit is a major part of that preparedness. Your survival kit is your lifeline. Keep it stocked and close. The fallout period is critical. It's when radiation levels are at their highest. These are the hours and days immediately following a nuclear event, and this is the time when your preparedness will truly be tested. Survival during this period hinges on the choices you make. The golden rule is to stay indoors. It can't be stressed enough. The first 24 to 48 hours are the most dangerous. Radiation levels are at their peak, and venturing outside could be fatal. So stay put. Even if it feels suffocating, even if you're worried about loved ones, remember that staying indoors is your best shot at survival. Now, staying inside doesn't mean you're in the clear. You need to keep an eye on radiation levels. This is where a Geiger counter comes in. It's a device that measures radiation, and it's essential for your survival kit. Regularly check the radiation levels. This will not only keep you informed about the danger outside, but also alert you if your shelter is compromised. Understanding safety measures is another crucial part of surviving the fallout. Know the difference between sheltering in place and evacuating. Know when to use your protective gear. Understand how to decontaminate. These are the things that could save your life. While it's important to stay informed, it's equally important to not panic. Remember, the radiation levels will decrease over time, so take a deep breath, keep calm, and carry on. You've prepared for this. You have your emergency kit, your protective gear, your Geiger counter. You know the safety measures. You're ready. These steps might seem daunting, but with preparation and a clear mind, you can navigate this challenging period. And remember, you're not alone. There are others out there, surviving just like you. You're a part of a resilient community, a network of survivors. Your safety during this period will largely determine your survival. So stay indoors, monitor radiation levels, and understand your safety measures. You've got this. Your health is your wealth, even more so in a nuclear event. In the face of a nuclear attack, one of the most critical aspects to consider is avoiding contamination. Radiation can infiltrate your body through the air, water, and even the food you eat. To minimize the risk, consume only pre-stored or properly sealed food and water. Never eat food that was left out in the open during or after the event. The same applies to water. Don't drink from open sources like rivers or lakes, as they may be contaminated with radioactive particles. Now, what if you find yourself contaminated? Don't panic. Decontamination is possible. First, carefully remove your clothing, taking care not to shake off radioactive dust that could be inhaled or swallowed. Then, take a thorough shower with soap and water. Be gentle to avoid breaking the skin, which could allow radioactive materials to enter your body. And remember, don't use conditioner on your hair, as it can bind radioactive material to your strands, making it harder to wash out. After decontamination, you'll need to dispose of the contaminated materials. Your clothing, for instance, should be carefully sealed in a plastic bag. Store this bag far from living areas, ideally outside, until it can be disposed of according to guidance from health or radiation authorities. And remember to wash your hands thoroughly after handling contaminated items. In the midst of all this, it's crucial to keep a level head. Stress and panic can cloud your judgment, leading to mistakes. Take deep breaths, keep yourself informed, and stay focused on the task at hand. Your survival depends not just on your physical well-being, but on your mental and emotional resilience too. So let's recap. Avoid contamination by consuming only pre-stored or sealed food and water. If contaminated, decontaminate by carefully removing clothing and showering thoroughly. Dispose of contaminated materials safely, keeping them away from living spaces. And above all, stay calm, stay informed, and stay focused. Remember, every action you take affects your health and safety. Staying connected and mentally healthy is crucial during a nuclear event. In the face of a nuclear event, communication becomes a lifeline. Not only does it keep us informed about the situation at hand, it also provides us with the comfort and connection we need during uncertain times. But remember, communication resources might be limited, so it's essential to use them wisely. Let's talk about conserving battery. Text messages and social media posts are your friends here. They use less battery power than voice calls and can be sent out even when network signals are weak. Plus, they help keep communication lines free for emergency services. If you need to make a call, keep it short and to the point. But what about when the lines go quiet? That's when mental health comes into play. It's easy to get caught up in the chaos and forget that our minds need just as much care as our bodies do during a crisis. Stress and anxiety can run high, so knowing how to manage them is key. Engage in activities to keep your mind occupied. Reading a good book, practicing mindfulness, or even doodling on a piece of paper can provide a much-needed distraction. Meditation can also be a powerful tool. It can help you stay calm, focused, and grounded in the present moment, which is crucial when dealing with the stress of a nuclear event. And let's not forget about the importance of sleep. It's your body's way of recharging and healing itself, so make sure you're getting enough. Create a sleep schedule and stick to it, even if it feels strange to do so in a survival situation. Above all, remember that it's okay to feel scared or anxious. These are normal reactions to an abnormal situation. Reach out to others, share your feelings, and support each other. Maintaining mental health isn't a solo journey. It's a group effort. Your mental health is just as important as your physical health in a survival situation. The aftermath of a nuclear event brings its own set of challenges. As the dust begins to settle, it's crucial to have a plan in place for what comes next. One of the first things to consider is evacuation. Having a go bag ready, packed with essentials like food, water, clothing, and important documents can mean the difference between a quick getaway or a dangerous delay. And while it's important to leave as soon as it's safe, knowing where to go is equally vital. Regularly stay updated on safe relocation areas. These are typically designated by authorities and are areas that have been deemed clear of radiation. In addition to this, plan your evacuation routes. Knowing the quickest and safest ways out of your current location can save precious time in an emergency. Remember, the aftermath is just as critical as the event itself. Being prepared for the aftermath can make the difference between survival and disaster. Surviving a nuclear event isn't just about the immediate aftermath. It's also about the long term. Once you've navigated through the initial fallout, it's critical to focus on preserving your health and safety for the long haul. First, you need to document your exposure times. This information can be invaluable for medical professionals who may need to treat you or your loved ones for radiation-related ailments. Whether it's jotting down times on a piece of paper or keeping track in a digital document, this record-keeping can be a lifeline down the road. Secondly, you should follow resettlement guidelines post-event. These guidelines are designed to lead you towards areas that are deemed safe and away from lingering radiation. They'll help you find a new home, a new start after this catastrophic event. Remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint. Your long-term safety is paramount. Follow the guidelines and keep records. It's a small step that could make a world of difference. We've covered a lot today, folks. Let's recap. We've delved into immediate actions like finding robust shelter and sealing the room. We've emphasized staying informed through battery-powered or hand-crank radios and hydrating safely. We've discussed the importance of packing an emergency kit and donning protective clothing. During the fallout, we've stressed the need to stay indoors, especially during the initial 24 to 48 hours, and monitor radiation levels. We've touched on health and safety measures like avoiding contamination, decontaminating if exposed, and safely disposing of contaminated materials. We've also highlighted the importance of communication and maintaining mental health. In preparing for the aftermath, we've advised on having a go bag ready, staying updated on safe areas, documenting exposure times, and following resettlement guidelines. Remember, all these steps are vital in surviving a nuclear attack. Remember, preparation is key. Like, comment, and subscribe for more survival tips. Stay safe out there.